What a difference a good result can make. 2-1 to Liverpool in the end, and to be honest, it should have been 3-1 to Liverpool in the end. Maybe Aston Villa wouldn't have even scored their goal if it wasn't for the VAR controversy or anything like that. But in fact, we'll get straight into that, to be honest. VAR. There was an incident on Friday night, Wolves versus Fulham, I think it was. Willian Jose scored what looked like a perfectly good goal. And whoever it was in the build up to the goal, or whether it was he himself, was adjudged to have been offside. And when you go back and look at it, and you look at the VAR decision and the lines that get drawn, it's a ridiculous decision. Same thing happened in this game as well. I have absolutely no idea how anyone thought that Diogo Jota was offside in the build up to that goal, which was Bobby Firmino's goal, who he himself looked very, very good in this game. Like, his performance level was very, very good. But the build up to that goal, I thought it was perfectly fine, totally cool, all well and good. And then it set a precedent for the rest of the match, because you then feel anxious, because I fully celebrated the Firmino goal. I thought it was great. I thought it was brilliant. I thought we were well deserving of having that goal scored. And then it just goes against you. Things start to go against you. So it's literally, Aston Villa had scored their goal. We go and score to make it 1-1 before half time, and then it gets taken away. And you just think, it's like, I don't know what they're going to do with VAR. I really don't know what they're going to do with VAR. The first thing that will is, the first discussion point that people talk about with VAR is, can it stay around? Can it stick around, and should it stick around? And the easiest way to shut that down is, whoever it is that is bringing, like, whether it's the FA or whichever footballing organisation is in charge of having VAR involved, or whether it's the refereeing association, whoever it is, they've invested time, they've invested money, they've invested resources. Those three things right there alone is exactly why they will not be getting rid of VAR, whether it's in its current form or it changes to whatever it might be. It will not be. It's not going anywhere. VAR is a part of the game, just like goal line technology is. Goal line technology is obviously different. It is cut and dry. It's over the line or it isn't over the line. That is as cut and dry as you need it to be. VAR is going to be staying around. There's no question about it. They're not going to go back to just having linesmen and referees anymore. They will want the technology kept in the game, and we will just have to live with it. The only thing that they could do, I think, is they do it in Europe or European games, where they don't do the whole. They'll review a situation like an offside. They'll review a situation on the video, but they don't do this whole, like, drawing the lines and everything, because it's literally like they are looking, when they're drawing the line, and they're drawing the line up and down Diogo Jota's, like, arm, and they're looking for a reason. They're not looking to see whether they're onside or offside. They are looking for a reason to give an offside, to give a red card, to give a penalty. That is what they're looking for. So it's disappointing. And it almost sets a precedent then, right? Because Ollie Watkins scored a perfectly good goal, poorly defended, and went under Alisson as well. And you just think, all right, cool, it's 1-1 going into half-time, but then it gets taken away. When things like this usually happen to Liverpool this season alone, when things like that happen, normally the head's gone. And you're just thinking, you go into half-time, throughout that entire 15 minutes of half-time happening, all I'm thinking is, well, this is it. Like, we could possibly get a draw, but to actually go on and win the game, I don't know. Do we still have that mentality? We have the ability, but do we have the mentality to go on and do it? Salah comes into the second half and scores a goal, takes him to 28 goals this season so far in all competitions. That man is absolutely on fire. I said it in my preview that he is the most informed player and most consistent attacking player that we have this season, and he proved it once again with a brilliant goal. Absolutely brilliant goal. One that we needed as early on in the second half as we could have on the 57th minute, and it was very, very key. Really, really key. What I should point out here as well is the stats. Not that stats are the be-all and end-all, But we were completely dominant in this game. Had a lot of possession, 66% over both halves, and pretty much equal in each half separate as well. 23 shots and 10 on target for Liverpool. I would expect more in the back of the net, to be honest. But when I look at the calibre of goalkeeper that Emiliano Martinez is, like, in fact, did he make many saves? He made 8 saves. Yeah, like, that's just a ridiculous amount of saves. We had quite a few shots off target and blocked shots were set. So we had 7 blocked shots and 8 saves by the goalkeeper. So that's 15 already that you're looking at being saved or blocked altogether. Like, Emiliano Martinez is a very, very good goalkeeper, very underrated by some. I think anyone with a pair of eyes, no offense to anyone that doesn't, but anyone with a pair of eyes that can see this performance from Emiliano Martinez, everyone knows how good of a goalkeeper he was. And he, along with, who else was it in the lineup? Along with Ollie Watkins, were my biggest concerns because Martinez, in terms of stats, is the highest rated player on the entire pitch, according to SofaScore. Even though they lost, he was the highest rated player, and that is purely down to the saves that he made. He's a ridiculous goalkeeper. I'm pleased that he gets the time that he does. Like, he obviously wasn't going to get it at Arsenal and moved on. But I hate coming up against goalkeepers like this and any goalkeeper because they seem to have a worldie against us. But yeah, we made it 1-1. Made a couple of substitutions as well. One that I will say I don't think actually benefited us. Okay, Thiago came on for Gini Wijnaldum. No problem. I thought that Gini Wijnaldum was a little bit of a passenger in the game. Wasn't detracting from the game, wasn't taking away from our game, but also wasn't adding a great deal to it either. Thiago comes on. Again, we get a bit more control over proceedings. We were already in control anyway, but he just gives us that little bit more accurate passing ability if we're going to go with anything. Mane came on for Firmino, and I felt it detracted from us. Mane's going through a bit of a difficult time right now. I don't know if personal or whatever it is, but in terms of actually on the pitch, he's gone through a tough time, a really tough time. He scored against RB Leipzig, and I think that was his last goal contribution. Since then, I think that was the only one. Could be wrong, might be wrong, but he just didn't really seem to have the impact that we would want him to have. So, like, say if you go back to last year or even the year before that, and you have a fresh or someone on the bench, Sadio Mane is coming on in the 75th minute, opposition is probably going to brick themselves because they'd be like, oh my God, this guy, electrifying pace, dangerous in front of goal, very awkward, very unorthodox. Didn't really seem to offer that yesterday. Then, in my opinion, what actually really changed the game, what really changed it at the death, because it's the 89th minute. I've already accepted this is only going to be a draw at best. They were having issues with this Trezeguet. He was going off the pitch, on the pitch, sitting on the pitch, and sitting down and stuff like that. It's like, well, is he going off or is he not? And then he comes back on, gets a little bit of treatment, and then he gets up, runs about a little bit, goes off the pitch, comes back on, sits down, stuff like that. And you're like, is this just purely time-wasting tactics? Like, is that what we're doing right now? But I can understand it from Villa's point of view because they didn't want to lose the game. They didn't want to go on and lose the game. They didn't look like they were going to go on and win the game either. Some of Klopp's substitutions raised the eyebrow, to say the least. Kabak comes off for Shaqiri. I'm a massive fan of getting Shaqiri involved. I want him on the pitch quite a bit. Taking Kabak off, I don't think it had anything to do with performance. I think he was just looking for someone to come off so that he could have as many attacking players as possible. Now, Shaqiri and Thiago combine really, really well. Thiago gets the ball out to Shaqiri. Shaqiri fires the ball back into the box. Thiago, literally split-second reaction, fires the ball at the goalkeeper. Goalkeeper makes a great reaction save. And then it gets, I think, either headed out or kicked out by either the defender or one of our players. Trent Alexander-Arnold, of all people, is in the left wing position. Okay, and this could have been anyone. This could have been Mane. It could have been whoever it was. Trent Alexander-Arnold is in that position and he takes a nice touch, sets himself on his way, doesn't have to break stride, and he cracks one in from the top of the 18-yard box, curls it in for 2-1 in the 91st minute, and incredible. Because I didn't think that Liverpool had last-minute winners in them. Then obviously we were getting 5 minutes of additional time on the end of that as well. 5 minutes on the additional time doesn't sound like a lot, but when you score in the 91st minute and there's another 4 minutes to go, that 4 minutes feels like another 90. Honestly, and you're just hoping, yes, we're celebrating. So glad that Trent Alexander-Arnold can score and have the performance that he did right in front of the England manager. Not that England, I couldn't care less whether he goes to the Euros or not. As long as he performs for Liverpool, I'm okay with that. Then you were like, okay, we've got to hold on to this. But to be honest, we were able to hold on with a little bit of comfort. Maybe a little bit of danger here or there, but there was a little bit of comfort as well. If I'm going to be honest with you, right, Mo Salah got the goal for us as well. Trent Alexander-Arnold got the goal for us as well. My man of the match is James Milner. James Milner at the age of 35. What a leader he is. What a leader he is, about just at the age of 35 and still able to put in good performances, consistent performances like that, and drive the levels of the team as well. Shows leadership, plays by example, leads by example. James Milner's my man of the match. I know that, I think Trent has got man of the match online and stuff like that as well. And hey, I would never take that away from him. He played fantastically well, tackled well, defended well, did everything well that he gets criticised for, and then attacked well and scored the crucial winning goal. And I'm not taking that away from him whatsoever, but I'm looking at the big picture of everything that I saw in that game. James Milner was lights out, the best player on the pitch throughout the entire 90 plus 5 for me. What does it mean for Liverpool? Well, what it means is we went fourth in the league for about half an hour because Chelsea went and battered Crystal Palace 4-1. So yeah, it's one of those things. We are right there in the mixer. We really are. We're right where we need to be. We've still got 7 games left to play now, which means we've got 21 points left to play for. It could go down to the wire. You know, Chelsea have just massively improved their goal difference yesterday as well by winning 4-1. I'm pretty sure that West Ham and Tottenham play today as well. Can't remember their opposition. I think Tottenham play Manchester United. We'll see what happens there. West Ham, I cannot remember who they're playing. They're playing Leicester at 2:05. And then the late kickoff, Sheffield United versus Arsenal. Well, it is what it is. We've got an important game on Wednesday coming up as well. The second leg against Real Madrid. Real Madrid, who won El Clasico last night as well, 2-1. Benzema and Kroos getting on the score sheet for them. And they did it without having a great deal of the possession as well. So it's another warm-up for them. If anything, I think they've gone top of La Liga as well because of it. But hey, regardless of that, let's enjoy the fact that we won at Anfield for the first time in 4 months. Incredible. After we went 3 years unbeaten there. And we've only just won our first game there in 4 months. Incredible to get the win. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I know that VAR takes a lot of centre stage a lot of the time, but at least this time we were able to grind our way through it, use our quality, and actually get the win that we deserved in this game. That is the main thing. That's the main talking point that we can talk about here, in my opinion anyway. So listen, thanks ever so much for watching this video. If you have enjoyed it, please do like it and subscribe if you're new around here. I'll be getting the preview done on Monday or Tuesday. I want to wait and see when Klopp does his press conference for the Real Madrid game as well. But for now, going to get out of here. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. And I hope that you take care of yourselves and have a good day yourselves, all right? Take care, and I'll catch you later.